Hey all, it's Linda. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are going to be playing with the new Nomad Fuji palette. I believe it's officially called Fuji 5 Lakes. This is one that's really interesting to me. So we are going to see the color story. We're going to look at swatches. I'm going to tell you the cause because they always do support a cause with every palette. And then we are going to do some looks. I'll be honest, as I'm filming this, I'm not sure whether it's going to be 2 looks, whether it's going to be 3 looks. So you clicked on the title, you know how many it's going to be, so you know more than I do. This palette is releasing on Tuesday, August 20th, right around midnight Eastern Standard Time. And as always, you can use my code GLITTERFALLOUT to save money on this palette. And if you do choose to use my code, thank you so much. It is such a kind way of supporting my channel, and I am always so appreciative of all of you. But let's get right into this. So the first thing that I want to get into, as always, Nomad is so good about supporting a cause with every single palette, and they give you this postcard. So I do want to tell you that the cause this time, we are proud to support More Trees Forest Conservation Organization, whose goal is a society where forests and people can coexist for generations to come. So I do, again, I always appreciate that. Let's get into this palette though. So this will retail for $44. Again, you can use my code Save Money, but the packaging is really beautiful. Like the colors are just very intriguing. And I feel like just from this, you can tell that this is going to be a little bit of a different take on fall. Even though I'm saying that to you, I still was not expecting the color story inside. So I feel like I've said this before, but I think this packaging might be some of my favorite packaging they have ever done. It is this beautifully textured packaging. I don't know how to explain it. It's like risen from the surface. It is kind of delightful to touch. I don't know another way to say it, but it is really, really lovely, and I just really like it. But this color story though, if you say fall to me, this is not the color story I was expecting, but I'm really, really intrigued by it and very curious to play with this because I do feel like they went out of the box with this one. And I am so appreciative of that because there are so many palettes out there, so many that I own and love, that they're like, it's a fall palette. So here is red and orange and yellow, and then there's a spot of green and maybe a dark purple in there. And I love that. But at the same time, this one kind of threw me off. We have some icy blues. We have some royal blues. We have this color, which is like nothing in my collection. It is kind of a dark blue gray type color. We've got some deeper colors. We've got this icy white highlight almost. This color is the one that intrigued me the most. It is called Mount Fuji, and it is a very light matte ice blue. It is stunning. And when I swatched these, I was very happy. It's Nomad quality. I feel like I keep saying that in every video about Nomad. Nomad's quality is so good, and it keeps getting better with every palette. I genuinely believe that. This is no exception. We do have 9 mattes and 6 luminescent shimmers, in their words, and everything performed beautifully. The only color I had to build up, which I am never surprised by, is the matte yellow. If there is someday some company, some business that makes a matte yellow that I can go once in the pan and wipe like once down my arm, I will be shocked because it has never happened. Matte yellow is very, very difficult to do. So I always need to build that up. But once I did build it up, it was completely opaque. You couldn't see through it and it wasn't chalky. But matte yellow always has to be built up. So I am looking forward to playing with this today. I have no idea what I'm going to do yet, but I am just so curious. Like, I feel like I want to use those icy blues, but I just did that in a recent look. So let me take a minute here. So I think I'm going to do an all yellow look. And the reason I say that is because this color at the top, Golden Ginkgo, is probably one of the prettiest colors I've ever seen. So it is like a golden yellow, but it's got all these like iridescent sparkles in it. There's like a little bit of blue. Look how metallic that is. I've been dying to play with that. So let's jump right into this. I have already done my face makeup and I have primed my eyes and all of that good stuff. Oh, I'm excited. I'm going to start by taking a fluffy brush. This is my Fantasy Cosmetica E05. And I am going to go into, I'm going to go into, oh gosh, I hope I don't butcher these names. I'm going to say Koyo. It is the matte yellow. I'm going to tap off the excess, and this is going to go in my crease. I want to start with this color kind of blown out, going all the way up. So yeah, you can see like it's a very distinct matte yellow. But if you want it to be like completely opaque on the lid or something, you will probably want to pack it on rather than swiping. But since I'm using this just as a blending color, I'm going to swipe. That is just, actually, it's going on very easily. That looks really nice. I only had to dip in like twice into the pan on each eye. That's not bad at all. Okay, I'm going to take a more defined crease brush and I'm going into Burnished Beach, which is, God, like one of my favorite colors ever to use in an eyeshadow. This is just a mustard orange yellow. This is going to go deeper into the crease. I'm hoping that this deepens it up a bit. Yeah, it definitely is deepening it up a little bit. I am going to pack it on in the crease at first and then blend it out. There we go. There's where you can see the difference. Wow, that color is really pretty though. Oh, I love that. I'm also going to go ahead. Do I want to put that on the outer corner? You know what I'm going to do? Oh, I hope this doesn't ruin it. I'm going to take Burnished Beach, but I'm going to put my brush just once into Momiji. I think it's pronounced Momiji. And I'm doing it just very lightly, hoping that this makes almost like a reddish brown. There we go. It actually did. Look. Am I a color theorist now? I'm not. So again, it's mainly that yellow with like a tap into the red, just to make this kind of warm red brown. Oh, I love that. I love how I talk about how unique this palette is because it's not red and orange and yellow. And what am I doing? I'm doing red, orange, and yellow. Living my best life. All right, I am going to take some NYX glitter glue. Oh my God, I just squeezed it. It came out all at the bottom. That's really great. That's great. So I guess I'm putting this on both eyes at once. And I'm tapping that all over the lid and I'm going in to Golden Ginkgo, which is the top right. Oh gosh, this sparkle. That is some of the prettiest sparkle I feel like I've ever seen. God, I really, really love that. I'm just blending it out a little bit with whatever's left on the brush with the kind of red-brown color on it. But this is so pretty. I feel like you can tell when I face this way that it's blended and then I look dead on and it looks like a harsh line. I'm trying to decide whether I want to do blue underneath. I feel like I kind of do. I don't know. Will that be messing it up? We're going to try it. I'm going to take a smudger brush. This is the EO3 by Fantasy Cosmetica. And I think I'm going to go into Fuji Goko, which is the gray blue that I told you about. And I'm going to tap that off and I'm just going to run that right under my eyes just to give kind of that smoky blue. This is such a cool color and I really don't know if I have anything like this color in my collection. It's just really pretty. And right on the inner corner, I'm going to take Fuji, which is that icy white blue, just to pop that right here on kind of like the lower part of the lid. That adds a nice pop. I don't know if I love the dusty color with how bright it is up here, but I'm not going to know until it all comes together. So I'm going to hop off screen and I'm going to finish the rest of the eyes and put something on my lips and I'll be right back. All right, here is my first look with the Nomad Fuji palette. I really like the way this turned out. That sparkly yellow is kind of one of my favorite colors ever. I was going to say in the palette, but to be honest, like I love this color so much. It's got like so many different reflex in it. And I feel like you can even see on camera, like it is so sparkly and literally like luminescent. I really, really enjoyed it. So altogether I used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 colors. I used 6 out of 15. And I really like this look. I really like it. Is it a simple look? It is, but like, that's kind of, I don't know. It was just easy to do. And I feel like it's impactful. I feel like it's so freaking pretty. I really love that mixing those two colors made this beautiful, like reddish brown color. These colors work together. They blend together seamlessly. I'm really happy so far, but we are going to jump into the second look. So here we go. All right, we are back to do the second look, and I'm going to go a little bit out of the box for me today and try something that I would never normally try, but you know what? I want to give it a shot. So what I'm going to do, I want to do blue into red. I don't know how that's going to work, how it's going to blend, but I want to try it because I really like this color, and I want that to be like the star of the show, or at least not even necessarily the star of the show, because I think I'm gonna add colors on top of it and things like that, but I really want to see how that kind of performs on its own. So I did go with like a more red blush today, which I don't usually do, but I want to see how like the red pulls in to that blue. So the first thing I am going to do is I am going to take a flat brush if I can find one. Here we go. I'm taking my Singe EO4. And the first color that I want to go into, normally I would go and do my crease first. I feel like that's usually my MO, but I'm going to go into Mount Fuji. This is that icy white matte blue that I keep talking about. I already have my primer on, and I want to see if I can pack this. Look how intense that is right off the bat. I don't know why, I can't explain why an icy matte blue is the color that kind of drew me in, but look how pretty that is. Oh. So I'm putting that on like the first, maybe almost like 2/3 of the lid. I am going to blend other colors with it, like I said, but this color is so intriguing to me because it's so pretty. I really like that. Now, I will say, because I am 43 years old, my eyelids do have a little bit of like natural kind of wrinkles to them, if you will. So using all mattes sometimes kind of can accentuate that. So I am going to be adding some sparkle here and there, but I'm really happy with how that performed. Like, I barely had to dip into the pan, and with all mattes, I pack on and then I'll blend it out. And it looks beautiful. It is completely opaque. You cannot see my skin underneath at all. I'm really happy with that. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to flip the brush and go to the other side. And I'm going back into that color I used yesterday, which is Fuji Goko, which is this kind of, again, this like dusty gray blue. And I'm going to use that just to go over the center of the lid, because I'm going to be putting red over here, but I do want that icy white to blend into something. Right now, the line is going to be quite harsh, and then I'm going to go back in and blend it, but I want to see how these mattes play with each other. So far, so good though. They are just layering nicely. We'll see how they blend. I love this color so much. So I'm going to start going back and forth with the brush. Almost can't remember which side is which, and just gently blending the two of them. This is also nice if you don't have like a lot of brushes. I feel like a lot of people, including me, can bring out 90 brushes for a look, and you don't always need that. You can just kind of flip a brush back and forth and use that as your packing brush, your blending brush, your everything. Okay, that was not the part I was worried about. The part I was worried about is going into this red. Before I do that though, I am going to take a fluffy brush, and I am going to, this is my BK Beauty A503, and I'm going to go into Red Rowan. Red Rowan is like, it's like a crease color for me, but it's got a little bit of a pink tone. So I'm going to use this sort of to be able to transition a bit, because I feel like the red to the blue is going to be a bit harsh, and I'm going to have to work on that. So this shade is a little bit deeper than my skin tone, a little bit more pink than my skin tone. But this is, for me, for my skin tone, it's a fantastic transition color. Can you tell I am kind of stalling to not do that red? All right, I am going to be taking this is kind of like a very dense pencil brush, so this is good for packing. And I'm going to go into Burning Bush, which is this beautiful kind of deeper matte red. It doesn't have very many like orange tones to it. It's just kind of a pure red. I'm going to tap off all the excess. I really hope it doesn't ruin this, because I kind of like this icy blue, but you know what? It's makeup. Let's try it. Oh, immediately got fallout. I don't know if you can see that. I immediately got fallout despite tapping off a bunch. So just make sure you're really tapping if you're using this color. And I'm going to take this out and into the crease a little bit. And don't worry, I am going to be blending more, but right now I'm just packing to get this color on. I don't know how I feel about this. Right now it's looking very patriotic, huh? It's looking very red, white, and blue. By the way, I hope you know, I am not saying anything bad about this shadow. it's packing on very well. The mattes are blending together really beautifully. I just don't know if I chose the right color combo, but you know what? We're going to keep going. We're going to keep going because why not? I am blending this, like I said, a little bit into the crease, but I'm not going all the way in. I'm just going kind of like halfway in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back into the dusty blue, which is Fuji Goko, okay? And I'm going to pat this over the edge. I'm wondering if we can start to make, I don't know. I was going to say, like, it should start to make a purplish, right? If you combine some red and blues. There we go. Actually, we are getting like a little bit of a darker purple right here on the edge when you combine those two. Interesting, because you can see that darker purple, right? Like that darker blue purple color. That's really cool. I'm actually going to kind of make this in like a C shape. I'm going to bring the darker blue down here a bit. Like, see how I'm going just in a C back and forth? That's kind of interesting, right? I mean, it's at least unique to what I usually do. So I need to blend this out more. I'm kind of, okay, you know what? I'm kind of liking that now. That gives it a different spin, if that makes sense, where it's like a different kind of blend. It doesn't look so rah-rah America. Okay, you know what? I kind of dig that now. I kind of dig that. At first, like, it was a kind of trust the process type deal. But what I'm going to do is I am going to go into a very little bit, just using what's left on my brush, this red. And I'm going to run it right on the outside of my lash line. I'm not going to go too far in, and I'm keeping this very close to the lash. For once, I am not looking to have this like blown out, just to kind of connect those. Ooh, I like it. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to put this white blue sparkle on top, and I think I'm going to do that just on the inner corner. I'm taking a pencil brush and the teeniest bit of my NYX glitter glue, and I'm putting that just right on the inner corner here. I'm going on to like the actual inner corner of my eye as well. I'm dipping into Diamond Fuji, which is that sparkly white blue color. And this will be the inner corner accent. Oh God, this color is so lovely. Do you see that sparkle? So I'm going in with a little blending brush, and I'm just blending out this because I don't mind if these sparkles kind of go up and out. I don't want them to be, you know, harsh in any way. I think that's really pretty. Okay, what I'm going to do is hop off camera. I want to do liner and my mascara and all that, and something on the lips. I'm thinking like, I wonder if I have just a reddish gloss because I don't want to go matte. I'll be right back. And here is my second and final look with the Nomad Fuji palette. I love this. I did not think I was going to as I was doing it. I really didn't. This was like a trust the process kind of look for me because honestly, like when I look at this, as much as I immediately looked at this and said, oh, I'm so glad this isn't just, you know, yellows and oranges and things like that for fall, my immediate go-to was to do a yellow and orange look, and I loved that look. But this one I might like more. I might almost like more because I think it's just like, it's just cool, right? I feel like this palette is more inspiring to me than I was expecting because it is such a unique color story. It's not what you expect. And that's really intriguing to me. Like, it made me want to go out of the box for what I would normally try. So I'm really glad I did in the second look, and I really liked it. So far, my review is, if you're talking about quality, this is Nomad quality. The mattes are beautiful and opaque, and they play well together. Even the one shade that I thought was going to be difficult, as soon as I applied it to my eyes, it was perfect, which is why I don't always, it's not that I don't trust swatches. I still like to do swatches. I still like to see swatches, but at the same time, swatches don't tell the full story. What it goes like on your eyes, that tells the full story, and that applied beautifully. All the colors applied beautifully. Let me see how many colors I did not use. There were 6 colors out of 15 that I did not use between the two looks. Everything played gorgeously. I will say Diamond Fuji, be a little gentle with it. I think I pressed my brush in a little too hard and I dented it. But guys, this palette is really beautiful. And I feel like if you are somebody who is a makeup lover, like a true makeup lover, this is going to be a good palette to have in your collection because you probably don't have this color story in your collection. So this will be unique, just like it is to mine. So again, it comes out August 20th, and my code GLITTERFALLOUT will save you some money. Everything is going to be linked down below. Let me know what you're thinking of this. Let me know, what is this palette like? Maybe like drop an emoji of what this palette makes you think of. Do you immediately think of fall leaves? Do you think of the mountain? Do you think of the water? Do you think of, I don't know, is there a food this makes you think of? Let me know. But that's it. I hope you liked this video. And if you did, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. That helps out my channel so, so much. You all can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Those are all Glitter Fallout. And as always, and forever, you are super freaking rock stars. I love you so much with my whole heart. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.